it's Nikki Dore for my daily video. I wanted to talk about our kind of our spiritual practice, our well-being practice, our growth practice, whatever you want to call it. I do believe that actually when you're doing anything that is for your own kind of well-being, it is kind of intrinsically spiritual, because actually you're getting to know self, and self is spiritual. But one thing that I've learned is that you need to embed it into your everyday life. And it doesn't also have to be direct. It doesn't have to be like, okay, part of my magical practice I have to do. If you aren't kind of like aligned and grounded and kind of in a calm, safe space, then you're not actually going to be able to kind of do readings very well, or to kind of like do other practices that you want to do, or even just live your day-to-day life. This is, we do all of this also to help ourselves through our day-to-day life, as well as magical practitioners, or diviners, and seers, and psychics, and tarot readers. We do this because actually we want our lives to be fulfilling, to be successful. So you need to embed this into your daily routine, because if you don't embed it into your daily routine, what happens is it's very easy to fall out. It becomes something extra you to do, and therefore it kind of becomes a chore. So I'll use a good example with myself. I got too much Taurus in myself in my chart to really love exercising for the sake of exercising, but I realised I was being too sedentary, and I needed to move more. And for a few months I've been trying different things, and it's not really worked. Like if I've got to go to a class or something like that, then what happens is I'll do it for a few times, and then it will be like, oh, it's raining, or oh, I forgot this, or I'm too late, to start to go to the gym and stuff. And I find all these really, to me, valid excuses. But ultimately they're just ways of not doing something, because it's extra and I have to go out of my way. So what I had to do was actually go, how can I embed it into my kind of life? So I had to actually kind of work out what I wanted to achieve, and it was moving more and getting, and I like walking, so actually I picked walking, and I thought, actually, how do I do that? Instead of trying to walk extra, I thought, actually, how can I, in my commute, add that walk? So I've actually added it by changing my commute around. And initially, and that kind of gave me a change to my daily routine, and hence I've had the space and the time to be able to do videos as well. So now in my daily routine during the week, it's kind of do all the things I need to do to get ready, do my video, go for a walk. And when it's kind of bad weather and I don't get to actually go for the walk to the station, I feel it. I kind of enjoy that part of it, and it's now embedded in that kind of that two parts of my day where I'm doing that extra exercise that I wasn't doing before, and it's very easy now. It's just part of something what I do. And I did make a star chart to try and incentivize myself, and I don't really need the star chart now. But it's a really small change, but actually it makes me feel good. So yeah, that's part of my spiritual practice. Walking is very grounded as well, but it's also part of my well-being practice. So now I don't have to go out of my way, but I've actually added that in. Now a lot of people, when they're doing theirs, they make it something extra. So if you want to add meditation into your day, don't think that you have to kind of like schedule this particular activity. Try and blend it in. You can be meditative when you're having a cup of tea. Just stay and have that cup of tea or coffee. Don't do a million things at once. Sit down and have that 10-15 minutes and just breathe. Ask your guide. Sit. Do anything that gives you some space and allows you to feel quite kind of turn inwards and ask yourself some questions, or just feel and just be. That's what really meditation is about. So if you combine it with your daily things, it doesn't become a chore. It just becomes something quite nice that you do, and it's embedded into your life. And like combine things is a really good way. Like you can also meditate in the shower. You can kind of like I also do floor exercises as well, which I've started to do. But actually part of that is actually breathing, and it's very good for centering. So find out ways that you can just kind of make it as part of how you get up, how to go to sleep, because often what happens is we do so many multiple things when we're, you know, having a tea and we're walking around the house and we're kind of doing various things, or we're putting our makeup on, or we're doing all various things. It distracts us from enjoying that little time. Now, I know I've said combine your kind of like spiritual wellbeing practice with things you have to do anyway, but actually that kind of just makes everything that is, it makes it a bit more practical, and also it makes the mundane a little bit more magical as well. So that's my kind of thoughts for today. Just work out how you can include those things so they don't actually become chores, and also sometimes make them smaller. Don't think that you have to actually go, okay, I have to meditate for 2 hours. You can meditate for 10-15 minutes every day and then try and have an hour's session another time. You can kind of like do that when you're running. You can combine so many different things in your day-to-day life. As I said, showering, you can cleanse, you can also ground in the shower. It's all these things. I ground on my way to work as well. So I ground before I leave, and then I ground on my way, just with the intention that every step I take is therefore grounding me into the earth, and it therefore makes me more mindful. I enjoy my commute in. I don't just wake up on the train, not wake up, but you know, kind of like, oh, I'm here, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I don't really remember my trip. You see a lot more different things. It's actually a lot nicer. So think about how you can add it to your life, and therefore how it will have a knock-on effect. And anyway, have a good Thursday. I forgot what day it is today.